Lose weight effortlessly, the easiest way to burn fat fast. There's no point in taking someone who's been sedentary, hasn't followed a diet in a long time, and throwing them into something extreme. That won't work. It's important to understand that counting macros, calories, and making the right food choices are essential, but starting slowly is key to avoiding burnout and ensuring sustainability. After all, what really matters is long-term results. What's the point of losing 5 kilograms in a week if, in a month, all the weight comes back, and maybe even more? When we talk about healthy weight loss, we're talking about a habit change that needs to be sustainable over the long term. That's why in this video, I'll teach you how to lose weight in an easy, stress-free way without making huge efforts. As you start seeing results, you'll feel more motivated and may eventually want to pursue something more advanced, maybe even with the support of a professional nutritionist or trainer. But for now, let's focus on the basics. And the basics work. Just remember that consistency beats any fancy strategy. First things first, subscribe to the channel. This is step number 1. Of course, it's just a suggestion, not an obligation. But by subscribing, you'll get access to exclusive content and can follow weekly tips that will transform your relationship with food. And if you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Now, let's dive into some practical tips to help you lose weight with a simple, accessible diet that actually brings results. The importance of starting slow. Remember, it's better to follow the second best method in the world for a whole year than the best method for just 1 week. The goal is consistency, not perfection. Don't fall into the trap of trying something too restrictive and then giving up because it's unsustainable. You might lose a few pounds quickly, but what happens when you can't stick to the diet anymore? Yo-yo dieting is a reality for many, and that's exactly what we want to avoid. Gradually, you'll see results and feel encouraged to aim for more. But for now, focus on something simple, consistent, and sustainable. Small changes that you can stick with over time are much more powerful than big changes that you can only handle for a week. Extreme diets don't work. You've probably heard of fad diets like the soup diet, moon diet, or water diet. These diets might work in the short term, but they're not sustainable. Anyone can lose weight by drastically cutting calories or taking medication, but that doesn't mean it's healthy or that the weight will stay off long term. Plus, many of these extreme diets leave your body in a state of deprivation, which can lead to nutritional deficiencies, low energy, and even more serious health problems. Losing weight in a healthy way requires intelligence, and a professional can guide you on that path. I've seen many people fall into this trap and end up worsening their relationship with food and their bodies. The important thing is to think long-term, building a solid foundation. Caloric deficit. Losing weight requires one thing, a caloric deficit. Let me explain this by comparing it to the extreme diets we've talked about. These diets create a massive caloric deficit, restricting foods or using hormones that often don't even work. The result? Quick weight loss, but it's unsustainable. You might see the number on the scale drop fast, but most of that won't be fat, it'll be glycogen, water, and muscle loss. So, don't be fooled by the scale. Weight is just a number, and body composition is what really matters. Fat loss should be the focus, not just reducing the number on the scale. Controlled caloric deficit. So, how do you find your calorie number? Multiply your weight by 20 for men, or by 15 for women. That's how many calories you should eat per day. For example, a man weighing 100 kilograms should start with 2,000 calories a day, and a woman with 1,500 calories. Don't worry too much about macronutrient distribution right now, the important thing is not exceeding that daily number. This will be enough to start seeing safe results. Focus on protein. When distributing your calories, try to focus on protein, chicken, beef, fish, eggs, milk, and cheese. Protein is key to keeping your body healthy, plus it helps with satiety and energy. Protein is also essential for preserving muscle mass during weight loss, ensuring that you're burning fat and not muscle. Download an app to help you track your meals and monitor your calories. This will make the process easier and more organized. There are plenty of options, and they all simplify tracking your diet and adjusting as needed. Free day and sustainability. Allow yourself a more relaxed day on the weekend. Eat that barbecue you love, have your beer, enjoy dessert, but always in moderation. The goal here is not to give up everything you love, but to find a balance that you can maintain for life. One of the biggest mistakes in dieting is the all-or-nothing mentality. When you deprive yourself too much, the urge to compensate becomes much stronger, and that's when many people fall into a cycle of overeating, followed by guilt and frustration. By allowing yourself these little pleasures in a controlled way, you keep your mind and body in harmony. This also helps avoid the feeling of constantly being on a diet, which can be exhausting. One off-plan meal won't ruin your progress, but it's important to get back on track right afterward, without letting it turn into a whole week of overeating. If these tips make sense to you and you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here at Fat Loss Nutrition, you'll find weekly videos with practical tips on how to lose weight in a healthy and balanced way. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any updates. Let's take this journey together towards your best self.